And there we go, 817 WBAP. Justin Sparks is with Texas Law Shield, also a very top-notch Fort Worth attorney, and joins us right now. Justin, thanks for going on the air with us. I'm a member of Texas Law Shield. When I got my license and my first handgun, I joined up. And it gives you some sense of security, knowing you guys are behind us. If you ever have to pull that trigger, that's something you teach. What to do if you encounter an active shooter, if you ever have to pull that trigger.
Well, it's actually, I'm glad you asked. And ironically enough, last night when this was happening, I and an officer were actually teaching and educating on how to deal with an active shooter to about 50 people. But here's the thing to remember. It's really, first, awareness. You're going to be in a heightened emotional state. You need to be aware of what's going on. And that's hard to do if you're not trained. But remember to immediately calm down, be aware. There's sort of 3 steps that we recommend you follow. And this is easy to remember. Run, hide, fight. Okay? Those are the three steps here. Your first option needs to be run. You need to figure out where the gunfire is coming from and run in the opposite direction. 2 is hide. If you cannot escape, if there is not an exit, you need to hide. You need to fortify your position. You need to, if you have a firearm, get it ready. If you do not, look for something that can be a weapon. If there's people with you, you need to team up. You need to design a plan. You need to, if you are going to hide, you need to call 911 if you're able to. If you're not, you need to make sure your phone goes on silent. Last thing you want to do is somebody is stalking around looking for people and your phone rings. Third thing is if you're trapped in a room hidden and someone comes in, you need to fight. You need to be prepared. And if there's a group of you, one person needs to go after the gun or the gun arm, and the rest of you go after the attacker. Throwing things at that person, distracting them, throwing things from different angles is highly recommended. But if everyone hides in the corners and this guy comes in a room, then you're a sitting duck. If you all design a plan and as a team go at them, then that's the best odds. And here's the thing to remember: if that happens, there will be a gunshot. It will be loud. So you need to know that going into it. But the biggest thing to do is get educated on it, be aware, and you really need to think in your head and go through that mental processes of if that happens to me. So that way, we all hope and plan it never does. But if you do, you want to be aware, be ready.
How does it change, Justin, if we're not cornered? Because if we have, let's say we're a lawful gun owner, and whether it's conceal and carry or open carry, and there's such a heavy police presence in that area, in that scenario where we're still kind of out in the open, best advice to let the police handle that and not draw the weapon?
Absolutely. Let the police handle it. That's what they're there for. If you're able to exit and you see police, absolutely. And if you are carrying, that firearm needs to be holstered, concealed, whatever it may be. You need to start running or walking towards the police with your hands above your head and your fingers spread out. It needs to be loud and clear that you are just a witness. You are not part of this. But let the police do their job. That's what they're there for. That's what they have gone through all this training for.
Can you pull your gun and shoot it in defense of somebody else's life?
You can. So if someone else has a right to self-defense, then you have a right to defend that person. So it's defense of a third party. Now, here legally, on the legal side of this, here's the issue. If you decide to shoot and you shoot an innocent bystander, you can be charged and self-defense does not apply.
Right.
They teach you in class. They teach you in class. When I took the class,
sure,
is that you don't ever want to pull this trigger.
Well, and I think that goes back to your first point, which really needs to be the starting point, Justin. And I think it bears repeating, and that is know what's going on. Try and remain as calm as possible, but know what's going on, because that will help you assess in the event. The unfortunate event that you're put in a position to defend yourself or someone next to you, as you assess the situation, the surroundings, that you can properly do that and be fully aware of who or what might be in your line of fire. Am I off base there?
You're absolutely correct. I think awareness is key, and I think all of these trainings that we're having teachers go through is a fantastic idea, because just to make them go through even a rehearsed situation is great. And we see some of these companies that are doing them that actually have simulated noises like guns being fired, which I think is great, because you go through that mental process and your heartbeat goes up and your blood pressure goes up, and you still are required to act. But awareness is key. That if you're not aware, then you're hurting yourself.
Justin, thank you so much for being on with us this morning. Justin Sparks of Texas Law Shield and Kearney and Wynn in Fort Worth. Appreciate all the information regarding
Thank you,
that.
Justin.
Yes, sir.